was something new for all of us. All of us were going to have to change and adapt to an environment that none of us knew much of. It was a new experience, and it was all going to begin right here, on Mars. Our job to start raising human crops and hopefully discover if we could plant life on the Mars surface. Alrighty, so just landed on the planet. We have got work to do, so let's get in. And as we head on down, we'll kind of clue you guys in to what we have to do. So, basically, they've been trying, unsuccessfully, to get things to grow on this planet. And my job is to get us to successfully be able to grow food. One thing that we're going to be starting with is wheat. We're going to be trying to do that and hopefully be successful. Obviously we got several other operations that are going on at the same time, and all of those have importance, but my job is to get this base to be able to grow its own food, hopefully, at such a good rate. I think this is where we're supposed to go. At such a good rate that potentially be able to bring animals from Earth and be able to start growing those, getting husbandry going. Right now we just got to get food started. So let's check and see what equipment we have as we get ready to go to this main base right here. Ooh, we got somebody arriving at the same time, looks like. Alrighty. Looks good. Let's head on in. We got airlock system in place, so I've got to step out, unlock the gate manually. Oh, actually they don't. Okay, so it's just they just had the one door going on currently. So currently emergency protocols not in place. That's good to know. But this is the main base here. So obviously these can all be used in emergency with the airlock system, should and if our main airlock fail. And so obviously this entire area is under one giant airlock here on the surface of Mars. And so all of these, which are dotted around, are emergency airlocks. These can last for several months for sure. I believe that the main structure is to last a few years if necessary, but for sure several months is definitely how long these would be able to last, oxygen-wise and whatnot. Emergency supplies of food are in each one, but this one right here, this is our main orb, as I like to call them. And so all of these have our older equipment, or equipment that's getting worked on, manufactured, etc. So several guys out here working on equipment and getting them prepped. So some of these are brand new, just off of the shuttle. So shuttle just transported these here from a moon base, and so these are getting all put together and ready to go. Got a semi, so main base there, very good. We'll head on out. I think this guy's waiting for us to get out of the way so he can get loaded up. So they tried growing wheat in these fields here, from what I know. Looks like that guy over there is currently cultivating the wheat up because it is not looking good. They're going to try again from scratch. Yep, that's the problem. 57% expected yield. Not enough to be what we need. We need 80%, if not more. So this is not going to cut it. And I think we also have weeds in here as well. You can see going around 56 to 57%. Not enough. We need more. So last guy's out, I'm in. And so I'm going to be in charge of trying to get this to where we need it to be. So obviously we're going to need to find some sort of base to get this to work. So I need to take a look at all the fields here in a second. But let's go to HQ, report in. Yeah, we got all of our equipment here ready to go. Planters, they're ready to go. Alright, so everyone's ready. It's just they haven't had... Oh, got church. Nice, okay. Make sure we stop in there on Sundays. Alright, this is HQ, so let me go get a full briefing on what the situation is, and I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, so the last guy has been attempting for a very long time to get these fields to work. Nothing has been able to grow up to snuff. The one guy who's in charge of forestry, he's actually getting that to work here. All of these are greenhouses. These have been producing. We got ourselves some tomatoes, so these are currently working quite well. So salads and strawberry preserves, those are all good to go. So that is nice to see. So all of that working. We have to keep an eyeball on those. That falls under our domain. But the greenhouses currently working extremely well. So luckily we're blocked off from any of Mars's storms. Obviously we've been able to build a bit of atmosphere. It's still kind of not recommended. That's about the best that I can say. We got a lot of work to go before that is where we need it to be. My hopes aren't exactly up for the atmosphere job, but we definitely can work with this orb here, so I think that's what is going to be the best for us. So this guy, he is getting the fields redone, taken up, and that's going to allow us to put some work in. So let's look at the map here to my side, so you can see it right here. These are currently fields 6, 5 is to my left there. We got 4 down there, and 3, 2, and 1. What we're going to do is, what I want to do is fields 6 and 5 here. I want to combine these. Fields 4 and 3, potentially get those combined. Leave that one stripe between 5 and 4 so we have traffic. Fields 2 and 1, combine those. And do a bunch of other combining as well. So like fields 9, 8, and 7, combine those if possible. Fields 12, 11, 10, combine those. And fields 15, 14, and 13, combine those as well. And that will leave us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields. So 6 different crops can be grown, but simply to make it more efficient is what I want to do with these fields. I believe that was supposed to be getting a plow down from the moon base. So that's supposed to be coming up here. But let me check. I want to see. I don't know what the field info is. So it needs rolling is what it's telling me at the moment. And we don't have any soil data. Alright, so let me get on the mic here. We need to be able to test the soil is what we need to do. So let me take a look at that info real quick and we'll bring it back. So I just ordered to come from a moon base 2 probes to be able to help us learn the soil of these fields, because apparently Ding Dong, who was in charge last time, didn't do that. So that's brilliant. So we got to do some more testing. Like obviously we've been doing testing on the soil, but we don't know the basic data. That's just idiotic. So that's got to be worked on. So basic data has not been done on these fields. Alright, and as you can see, it's pretty dusty out here. We need to get some moisture on these crops. That's also not helping, it doesn't look like, but obviously they knew it was going to fail, so why do it? I'm going to talk to this guy, see what his thoughts are, and we'll probably get him to work on the other fields, because we are going to get all these redone so that we can start from scratch here. Alright, so currently taking a little leisure drive in this specially manufactured John Deere. These have all been specially manufactured for these missions. They're lightweight, but they're tough as nails. We've got the same strong diesel engines in here. Luckily we took off all of the emissions nonsense, as that robbed us of power and also made it a lot heavier. So we were able to get those knocked off, which is certainly helpful. Alright, we got this lined up for the guy here. A little bit off, but not bad. Go ahead and back up and get him a little bit of leeway. But he's been giving me a quick little tour of what the sensors do on these. as they're a bit differently set up than Earth here. So, alright, let's get you this guy hired. Alright, man, you take it away. Yep, you do, dude. Alrighty, so everybody, while outside of the vehicle, is required to wear full oxygen suits as I run down to my vehicle here. While inside of these vehicles, you can relax that a bit as they are airlocked, but you definitely want to have it nearby at all times, as one meteor, just any weirdness that could happen, can cause all this to come falling down. So a lot of safety protocols that we have to follow, but for the most part we're pretty good on everything that needs to be done, so that's kind of helpful to know. Pretty safe overall. Alrighty, I'm going to see what we have. I'm going to get a lime spreader ordered as well here, because we got lime that is available, but we need to get it down on the fields, and then I'm going to see what the status is of that plow, because I know we had it ordered, but I'm not sure if it got here yet or not. Got an American flag up there on the peak right there. Really cool to see. Let's see what we got though. Alrighty, so we got ourselves another Trident ordered. That's going to be shipped in hopefully from the moon as soon as possible. And we also have a solid fertilizer / lime spreader on its way as well. So all of that is going to be here soon. So obviously we got to spread fertilizer, we got to spread lime. So all that's got to get done. What I need to see is, I'm going to go park you right over here. I'm going to grab this tractor and I'm going to see if we got that plow over at HQ, because that's what I want to see real quick here. So we're going to get to work on that, and we'll bring it back. Alright, so we are on our way over with the plow currently. This tractor can move it. It can't actually pull it while plowing, so we're going to take it over to the base, switch it out for one of the other tractors, and we're going to keep on moseying on here. But alrighty, so we got our plow, and we're going to try and get this work taken care of here. We're going to keep an eye on our other fellow here that's currently working. Once we get to the point where we can really put in the work, everyone's going to be hands on deck for us here. Now, we haven't really taken a look at it, and it's not really that important, but we do have more of the cubes and the orbs set up over there. Those are set up for our husbandries, so once we do bring the animals down and stuff, they have a safe place to hide in case there is an air breach. Currently not that important there, as we're next to the power station, but something that we still have to be ready to do. Alright, let's get this unfolded here. 7 miles an hour is what we currently have. I'm going to see if I can speed that up here just a little bit with a flick of my wrist. There we go, 10 miles an hour, 11 miles an hour. We're going to be a little bit off, but that's fine. We're going to come through and clean everything up anyways. The main thing is to get this done. This tractor's got some power. Alright, the worker's still working over there on field 4. Got a solar array over here, nice to see. Alright, I need to make sure I can flip this thing up when I need to. Alrighty, so we got those two fields combined. You can kind of see it on the map there, but that's now done. And obviously going to come and combine 3 and 4 here. Going to go talk to this guy here, get him set up for the next field. But we are moving along here pretty good. We should be good to go. Get this down, and let's plow. got our new trident, and we got the solid spreader ready to go. Got that guy heading on off to the quarry, I think. And we got our two very nice scouts, which we're going to use to map out our fields and check out what kind of soil content that we have. So we need to get this thing into the mechanic shop, get it worked on, and hopefully have these ready for tomorrow's spread, is what we're going to hope for. Alright guys, we're going to end it off here because we have loads of work to do yet, and it's going to take us a while. But next up on the list, planting. We're going to get these two fields planted right after we do the probes. Going to get them probed out, figured out what kind of soil we have going on, and after that, obviously plant, lime, fertilize, etc. All that getting done. We're also, of course, going to be hopefully getting the rest of these fields plowed and combined so that we are ready to go come it's time to plant these as well. So lots of work ahead of us here, but I think we can do it. Alrighty guys, we've got equipment rolling on over here for Soul 2 of working on Mars, and so I'm going to hop on into our little scout here, which finally arrived. Nice looking little thing, and we've got to get to work on some of these fields. So as we head on over, I think we're going to have more equipment rolling on in, which will be fine, but we're going to pop up our little thing here. I'm going to take a look at what we got over here for field number 6. So, yeah, there's another piece of equipment rolling on over. So let's see here. What we need to do is start our sample. I need a lower. There we go. So this will be our first sample taken. And we're going to move on up here and take ourselves another one and get this all taken care of so that we know exactly what our fields are going to do. Several hours later, and we've got ourselves soil types learned, and we also have a lot of other information available on our fields. Very, very important. So obviously we've got a bunch of work to do here, but we're going to try and get our first amount, get this thing parked over here, our first fertilizing done. We're going to get the lime taken and put down. Hop on inside of here. So we're going to get this thing loaded up with lime, and then we're going to get fertilizer put in to the other machine, and we're going to start really getting these things taken care of here. So we want lime. There we go. Got that nicely put in. So we are going to take this on over. This thing is now pretty weighed down, but we're going to go ahead and get fields 1 and 2 taken care of here. So obviously we've got these fields now combined. Just going to make things a little bit on the quicker side. I'm going to go ahead and set him up farther down here so that he can start going back and forth a little bit on the easier side. Alright, you can see where our lime value is. There isn't too much, so we need to be able to add a bit more. So we're going to work on turning on our crop sensor and all of our other sensors to make sure that we are ready to go here. Alrighty, so we got this guy. He's going to start working back and forth on the lime. And we're going to go get our other machine ready to go, so that we can hopefully start on getting fertilizer put down right after this guy. So he's going to put some work in. We're going to go grab our Ella feather here in just a second. Ooh, boy, this thing loads up fast. Alrighty, so let's head on out here. Should be able to get to the field right through here, actually, which will be a little bit quicker. Once we're out, we'll start unfolding, because that'll take a little while. There we go. Go ahead and get that started. So quite a bit of width that these guys can work with. So we got to make sure that these guys are going to be out of each other's way. Give them plenty of space here. Go ahead and let this other guy get the head start on his lime. And then we'll be back to work in just a second. Want to make sure we give these guys plenty of room. Alright, looks like we're good. And there we go. Gonna end up going pretty quick there. I got some speed, I'll tell you that. Alrighty, so now that we have that taken care of, those guys are gonna be working back and forth real quick like. Hopefully they don't get into each other's way. We'll have to keep an eye on them. But now let's head through here. Nice little cover hole. There we go. And let's get ready for some planting. Hop on in here. Alright, so wheat is the name of the game. And that is the game that we're going to play. We're obviously just trying to see what we can do and see what the growth looks like. So we're going to be planting wheat in sections 1 and 2, obviously, and we're also going to be planting wheat in 3 and 4. 5 and 6 I haven't decided yet, but more than likely might be corn, as that's a really good. Go ahead and get that unfolded for me. We'll get this guy set to work. But we'll probably do corn on the other field, as corn, as I said, is a really good fuel derivative that will help us out in many, many ways. So we got this thing lowered, ready to go. All of these guys still working. I'm going to wait until they're out of the way. So let me look at the field. Currently we have got the perfect amount of nitrogen, perfect amount of pH. That is what we want to see. So these guys doing a really good job at putting it down. We've got ourselves our tractor ready to go here. I'm going to put him to work in just a second. Doing a little bit of a weird turnaround there, but I think it's fine. Alrighty. There we go. Planting is underway. See what we've got. Alright, expected yield currently 88%. Much better than what we were originally looking at. Getting this final stretch taken care of here. Make sure that we stay out of the way of the sprayer. Looks like we're going to be a little bit on the close side. We'll move over to the side. Getting that pH level knocked back up. Looks like we'll get a little bit into the other field, which is perfect. Make sure we're out of his way. Perfect. Gonna put a little extra lime down on some spots, but it won't hurt it too much. Stop right there. Hopefully stop. There we go. I'm gonna get it stopped eventually. So we'll bring it on down to this end here. Get him started on applying right here. Gotta watch that spray. Luckily we have Smart Sense spraying. It only sprays on the areas that need it, so Works out really, really well when we only got certain areas that we need done. And you can see that we got some pretty good spots taken care of here. So definitely like seeing where all that is. Right there. Go ahead and turn that off. We'll get this lined up and continue on the spraying. Looks like we're actually spraying a bit right there already. Okay, fine. That works for me. So we'll start spraying back and forth here and chase after this other guy. Looks like we're slowly getting the planting done, ever so slowly. But that was going to take a little bit longer anyways, so I'm not going to rush it on that. We're going to get this spraying done. Make sure that fertilizer and the lime is put down just the way we need it. So we're getting the work done. Definitely what we're trying to do. And we're getting it done very, very well. Can't wait to see what the yield potential on this one was. But if it's better than 47 to 50%, that's where we're looking on getting this crop ready to go. And we have concluded all the work that we need to do sprayer wise. Very nice. Take a look at what our yield is. I'm not getting much of anything here, but the pH value much better. Nitrogen, got that done. Looks good. I like what I'm seeing here. Taking a look all the way down the field. Not too bad. So obviously we got different levels here for where we have loam, and all the levels look pretty good all the way throughout. Got planting underway, which hopefully means harvesting won't be too far behind. Sweet. Also, a shuttle coming in. Awesome. Alrighty, we are heading out with the other planter. Fertilizing guys are coming on in, bringing in all that nice material. We're going to go ahead and start working on planting this field over here. We still have that field over there getting planted. Looks like he's almost done, but still working nonetheless. Go ahead and start unfolding here. Get this lined up, ready to go. There we go. Nice and lined up here. And here we go, off planting, and hopefully we can get this work done as quickly as possible, as the sun is about to set. There we go. We got our max speed now available for planting. Let's see what we can do here. Alrighty, so we got the guy swapped out. He's going to continue on planting for me. Let's see here, make sure we're folding up here. My light's back on. There we go. So we'll take this back to base, and they'll check over it, make sure there's nothing wrong with it. Obviously we still have more plowing to do, but that's going to be another day, obviously, as this is taking quite a bit of the day up. And it looks like potentially we're going to have a bit of an acid rainstorm So we're gonna have to watch and see if any of that gets through our cube. Don't usually have too many leaks, but it's definitely a issue we have to watch out for. Go ahead and get this backed up here. And there we go. Got that all nicely put together. Gonna hop into the scout vehicle here very quickly. So these are manufactured by Grumman and GM, of all things. Basically built on what used to be the old post office platform, heavily modified and lightened. But these things still work incredibly well. Gonna go check out our planting buddy. He's doing pretty good. Gonna stay out of the dust storm there as he keeps on going. Gonna check what our yield is. 122% expected yield with a potential of 125. That's what we're liking to see. We're gonna walk out this way a little bit, see what we got. That's on our loam. I believe we have a strip of the other out here. Let's see, right. I saw some extra. Okay, so there's our expected yield there. We do have some weeds that we're going to have to watch out for, as unfortunately we can't keep all the weeds out. It's our biggest thing. But this guy's going to town, getting the work done. We have 2 wheat fields ready to go. That's definitely what we like to see. So we gotta knock these things out if we are expected to be able to get animals in the future. Alright, we're gonna let him do his business. He's gonna get it done here, hopefully. That's probably gonna be about it for us today. Once he gets done, he'll bring it back to the headquarters. Obviously, got a combined fields 5 and 6 here. And then we got the big combinations we have to do through here, as we got to get 3 fields combined, which will not be the easiest thing. We do have our export station right there where we can send stuff back to Earth. And here we have our tree experiment, which has done an extremely good job. Trees out here doing a great job growing. Definitely incredible. One of our better feats on this entire mission, and hopefully with what we're doing back there we'll have some good crop. Farther on down we do have our rock processing plant down here where we crush up the rocks looking for valuable materials such as iron ore and etc. Also looking at potentially being able to make up our own lime in the future. Got a nice little cell station here as well. And it slowly gets a little bit darker. But this is where we process all of the rocks from our expeditions on the main surface. Bring them here and try to see what we can make out of the rock. Definitely a big operation. And definitely plenty more that we can do. We got our water station right there. Multiple other stations. And then these are our other cubes, or orbs, whichever you want to call them. And these are all set up for husbandries in the future. So eventually, we're hoping to have enough food stored up to be able to do animal husbandries on. We got multiple power stations built throughout here, along with solar. We're able to try and get a little bit of added power gained throughout the day. But for the most part, nuclear power is still the way to go for all of our power needs. So that's going to be it for today, guys. We have lots to do yet. But we're definitely headed in the right direction. Starting to get real dark out here. And lucky here we've got ourselves more tomatoes. Finally have some lettuce. I'm going to have to get myself a salad. And we're still waiting on strawberries, but they're slowly growing. So nice to see. He's still out there planting, but he should be finished up here pretty soon. And we gotta keep on working. So, Soul 2 finished here today. We'll see what the next day holds. This is technically Soul 3, although it's basically the end of it. We're currently waiting for a buddy to come on over. We're going to hook him up to this cultivator that we have, and we're going to put him to work. Already got our buddy working. Don't see him. Oh, there he is. Alright, we're going to get this guy hooked up, then we're going to head back to base. We've got a ton of work done today, and we're going to show you that here in a bit, but yeah, lots of work on all of these different fields that are out here, so we got a lot done. We'll show you that in a time lapse as I get this guy hooked up and head back on to base. Alrighty guys, so we gave you the basic thing of what we did here, so we'll go this way around the base. But all three of these fields here, 1, 2, and 3, I'll show you on the map here. So fields 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14, and 15, all of those are now combined, and we are ready to go on getting those prepped with lime and fertilizer, and be able to get those taken care of. We got fields 5 and 6 here. These things are ready to go. We got a little bit of plant life starting to pop up here. Let's see where we're at. Alright, doesn't look too bad. So we actually had a bit of a miscommunication, but we do have barley in this one field, so we're going to have 2 crops ready to go. Once we get this going, we got quite a few weeds in here as well, so we need to come back through and get that all taken care of. But expected yield and yield potential definitely a lot higher, so that's definitely what we were looking for, is to get this above the 50s, because that was definitely a major issue, and we need to be able to have a crop doing much better than that. Taking a look down here, this is going to be our wheat field right here, so we'll take a look at this real quick. And then we've got a little job at the base we need to do. So taking a look here, we're looking at potentially, through this section, 115% expected yield potential of 125. So wheat all the way throughout here looking very good. We'll run on down here. But yeah, all the it's looking pretty good. We definitely have the weed, so we got to get that taken care of. But we'll get that on the rollers and should be able to get that taken care of fairly easy without too much of a problem. Now we're going to back up here and not run over anything, because that would be very, very, very bad. Looks like they're doing a little bit of work on our greenhouse units. Yep, he's back there doing some work, so that's interesting. Okay. Alright, I need to back up. We'll just park it over here for a second. So, what we're needing to do here quickly is, I don't remember if I have any loaded up already. Okay, I do have, got some lettuce in there, and I believe I have 1 tomato. So, we're going to go ahead and hop in. Toyota Hiluxes, they are something else. And what we're going to do is going to take this on over to the Earth Export. We're going to get this tested very quickly. We'll run down this way here. This thing's pretty quick, but we'll take these down to the Earth Export and have them exported out. They're going to be tested and sent back info to us. But all of the other previous tests have shown them to be just fine. But obviously we want to keep testing to make sure there's nothing that pops up. Might be strange. I think this is where I need to go. Yep, export to Earth. Very good. Still trying to learn the base here some. Alright, we're going to head on back here. But we got that taken care of. Should get test results there pretty soon. And be able to find out what we have going on. We're going to check in here at the base real quick. We got some new equipment in for some heavy hauling. As once we get to harvest, we're going to have quite a bit of weight to toss around here. So let's see. Ah, here we go. Our new trucks. So we got our brand new Mars trucks. We got Mars 2 and Mars 1. And so these just got assembled. We got our semi ready to pull some heavy duty loads. We also have our dump truck. This is going to be used mostly in we got a delivery coming in. Sweet. Always like seeing that shuttle still in service. Very efficient, like those. Alrighty, but this here is going to be used for mostly the rock exportation and stuff. We're going to be getting these out in service here soon, but they look good. I like the orange, and then we go to the base paint of the silver down below. It's a pretty nice design. Definitely rugged and they're heavy duty, so that's going to make it pretty cool to see out working. But those are almost set up ready to go, and that should help us out a whole lot. So head on back out so far. Let's go check out on our field progress here and see what's going on out there. They should be pretty close to being done, I would imagine, but it does take a little while. But with two of them running back and forth, it shouldn't be taking quite as long. Let's see here. Yep, here he comes. Back up here. Yeah, they are knocking it out. We've been knocking it out all day, so very cool. So anyways, guys, we will have a addition of 4 fields that we will need to end up working on here. 4 fields? Yeah, 4 fields in total that we'll need to work on. So we already have wheat and barley. So that means we're going to have to plant a few other crops. Let me go look at my list of crops here. But we have quite a few, and obviously all these have to be lined and fertilized. So let's take a look here. So we already have our wheat and our barley. So canola, that's not what we're going to need to do. Oats, potentially. Do some oats there. That'll be more for a small sample size, just to see if we can do animal feed with oats. And then in these, we will need to do at least 1 corn, potentially sunflowers, and maybe some beans, but for sure some corn and sunflowers, I would imagine. So we'll take off some of these here so we don't have a bunch of overload of information here. Let's see, canola, we're not doing that. Wheat, barley, oat. Oats will probably be done in field 5 and 6 there. And then sunflowers, potentially corn, and soybeans. But that's all in the future plans of what we're going to do. So anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today here, as Sol 3 is basically over. But work continues here on the surface of Mars. Look forward to showing you our progress. But we'll see you guys here next time. Alrighty, guys, welcome back to Sol 4 on Mars. Today what we have to do is pretty simple. We noticed that we had a lot of rocks in our fields, and so what we're going to do is go ahead and get ourselves rid of those rocks. Get this thing rebooted, and we are ready to go. So we're going to be taking this thing through. We got ourselves some weeds popping up, looks like, in the field as well. So that's interesting. That's definitely new. We got to do some weed spray here in the future. We're going to work on this, getting these rocks out here as soon as we get this thing unfolded. So there we go. Basically what we're doing is we're going to be coming through all these fields that we haven't planted anything in, and we're going to be getting this nice and cleaned up of rocks. Should work out pretty good, so we'll go ahead and get that started. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, we're getting the rocks out. So it doesn't really do anything in the aspect of ripping out the weeds or anything like that, but it does get the rocks out. So that works for me. And also, we're driving over those pesky little pests of weeds. And getting that all nicely taken care of. We got so far 200 liters or so of rocks. We're going to keep on going back and forth here. We're working on that. Luckily this thing's got plenty of speed. As it loads up with rocks though, it might slow down a bit, but I think we should be able to get this done with a decent amount of ease, is what I believe. Gotta watch the wheels though, so we don't get those caught up just like we did there. You have to watch out for that. So these rocks definitely have caused things to be pretty bumpy, but once we have these things out, I don't think we should have any more problems with the soil. Obviously there's always a few rocks that'll stick around, but that's not what we're really worried about. Alright, gonna turn around nice and easy like. There we go. I'm gonna see if I can get one of my buddies to come over and work on this. And then I need to get somebody worked on getting some weed spray done in the fields that we already have growing. So let me see what we can do with that. So walking over to my sprayer here, we got some work going on our giant satellite installation there. So should have everything fixed, I believe. Let me hop on in here. Alright, I think this has herbicide in it. But I'm not sure. I'm going to check the other one here first. I don't think that's what it is. Let's see, I know this is lime. So I think we have this set up for herbicide. Yep, that's what it looks like. Okay. Just making sure, because I couldn't quite see what I was looking at there for a second, but that looks correct. We'll get this thing moved on out, but we got to get these weeds under control. No matter what you do, you're always going to have a bit of a weed problem. So this should go pretty easily here. I'm going to check on what our growth rate is before we really get back to work on these weeds. Gonna mosey on up. Let's see what we got here. It's still showing us expected yield about 80%, if not more. But we definitely need herbicide to get rid of the large weeds, so that's what we're going to work on here today. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get this thing spraying here. Make sure our crop sensor is on. It should be. That doesn't look like it is. Okay, so we got to get this thing worked on. Hold on here, we got to see what we got. So we got our crop sensor. Have that turned on. Sprayer. There we go. Right, back up there. Get those weeds. There we go. Now we're working. Get all these weeds taken care of here as we mosey on through. Should go pretty quick as well. So we're getting a pretty good amount of coverage. Should be able to very easily knock this field out. You see our rock guy down there, he is still working on getting those rocks taken care of. I think he might be going the wrong way though, but we'll go back and double check what his work. Might just take a lot to turn around. I think it is pretty tricky, so I wouldn't blame him if he's having some issues with that. Alright, so we got one guy going over the weeds there, so we're going to let him get to work, and we're going to go grab the lime machine. We're going to start liming some of these fields as well, as we have a lot of field prep work we have to do before we do any sort of planting, and that's going to include getting rid of these nasty little boogers. Alrighty, let's get to work. Alright, we got another shuttle coming in, so that's pretty cool. So as he's working around there, let's see. Ooh, wait a minute, hold on. What's fertilizer dude doing? I think he's going all over the place. Well, we'll have to check back and see what he's doing. Currently, I'm going to work on some of these other fields, get the fertilizing done, and hopefully have that spread. I don't know what he's doing. He's doing something over there. I'll have to go back and double check, but he looks a little strange doing whatever it is he is doing. Alrighty, so we don't have too much fertilizer we need to put down, but we're still going to get as much down as we can, and this is lime anyway, so let's go. So work is currently underway still. So we got our 2 growing fields taken care of on the weed problem. Still have to come through and hit this with weeds and also lime. So that's going to be coming up. We got one guy going through liming the fields as we speak. See how that looks. Yep, he's moving along pretty good there, so nice to see. And then this guy, I don't know about him. He's having some weird moments out in the field, so we might have to get him some retraining done. As we come on down this way, we get the guy that's working on stones, and you can see their path. So everything nice and limed. So taking a look at that, we got pH values exactly where we want it. So that's certainly nice. And we'll hopefully get the weeds taken care of here shortly. But yeah, coming through, getting those rocks taken care of. So definitely what we want to see. Oh, they missed a giant spot right there, but whatever. Back up out of their way. Yeah, well, some of these people, they want to survive on Mars, others are just here for the job of it, apparently. Alright, lime spreader guy, he is going to town, doing really, really well. Definitely like what I've been seeing from him. And I think he is almost done with this field, which is, oh yeah, he's like very close to being done. Sweet. Going to be right in the spray, back up. And there he goes. Yes, basically he's going to be done after that pass, so that is very, very nice. Take a look at what we need here. Definitely need pH, we're definitely low on that, nitrogen, etc. It also says it needs rolling. Well, right now for sure what we just need to do is get the weeds taken care of, and you can see that there's some more work that needs to be done on the weeder person there. Missing quite a few spots with their work, but we'll go with it. Alrighty, I'm going to park the truck over here by the field and go talk to the other person with the trident as they're working on getting the rest of that lime done. So don't ask me what this guy was doing, because I don't know what he was doing, but he wasn't spraying weeds, so now we're spraying weeds again. Seemed rather a bit on the lazy side, if you ask me, but we're going to get this field done and then finish up our other one. This one guy should be almost done with rocks, I believe. So we're going to kind of catch him at about the same time, I think. Make sure we're a little bit too close. There we go. Get over there. Make sure that we're overlapping. But yeah, he's almost done with rocks, so we'll probably catch him and overlap just a little bit, but that won't be too bad. But we're getting these weeds knocked out. Wish the person before me that was running this was a little bit more... I'm not sure what to say about that, but they need to definitely have known their job a little bit better than they did. That's why I'm doing this field, and they're on lunch break. Probably needed a lunch break, but still. There was way too many weeds over in that other field left over, and we obviously don't want to respray because that could give us all kinds of problems when it comes down to the future of our plants and stuff. So we don't want to overspray and end up having an issue with the plants not actually working. But we don't want to overspray and kill all of our chances of getting these fields to actually grow. So we're trying to get this done with the least amount of work possible and the least amount of weed spray taken down as well, but oh well. Alright, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my thing here, and we're going to go run over to the other field real quick. Let's see, there's just so many... Okay, we're going to get these taken care of because there's just so many spots that the guy before me left. We're not going to worry about the little splotches, but we are going to worry about these big areas that they just plainly did not do. That's obnoxious. We do have crop sense technology on all of our spraying equipment, which is very helpful, but still, it just is very hard to keep up with that. Got that done. We're going to come through and we're going to work on this other field right here. Just swing on in and we're going to get these weeds knocked out here. So as the machine rolls, you do get those splotches that you miss, and that's all due to rocks, rises in the elevation, and bumps and dips and all that. So that kind of hurts the crop sense, be able to realize where all these weeds are, but that's not as big of an issue as just missing entire swaths of weeds. That's just absolutely obnoxious, especially when we're trying to knock these out as best we can. Nice, there we go. So once we get these all knocked out, we've got fertilizer down, we've got the weeds almost completely knocked out, rocks taken care of basically. It'll be planting time, and that'll probably be what we do the next soul. But just trying to get these weeds, the rocks, all of that stuff that's been irritating us knocked out of here. We'll have to see how many rocks we actually end up with. Looked like it was going to be quite a bit, honestly, so still got a few rocks popping up here and there. Not going to worry about those too much, just the main thing, trying to get the majority out, because there's always going to be rocks in the ground. There's not a whole lot you can do about that too much, but just trying to eliminate some of them at least would definitely be helpful. There we go, and then our final swath right here. And see, just little turns and other stuff can cause the sensors to malfunction where all the weeds are, so it's just a little bit tricky. Definitely using this thing, but it'll still get the job done when you do it right. Look at that. No ginormous swaths of weeds left over. That's what I like to see. So, alright, turn this off, get this thing folding up, and we'll go ahead and go and park it here. And we'll see what the rock guy is working on. But we're basically done with all of the weeds and the rocks. Alright, we're driving on down to see what the rock removal crew is at. I think they're done. We'll find out here. We do have one area of weeds that we got to come back and grab, which we will do. But there it is. So rocks right on down here, just finished. So they're going to head on off to almost supper time, actually. Alright, hop on here. Alright, we're going to go ahead and fold. The rock picker, we ended up with over 7,000 liters of the rocks inside this thing. So we're going to come on over here to the rock crusher and drop those off. Sounds like they're pounding in some beams over here. It's pretty interesting. So we're going to drive this back on over, and we'll grab the weed sprayer and finish off our weeds. But that's going to be about it for this particular soul, I believe. Alright, so we are going through the weeds here pretty quick, making sure we're staying on that line there. And this will be about it for today, guys. So we're going to finish up getting all these weeds sprayed up, and then obviously we'll be working on planting the next day. So we'll see you guys here on Soul number 5. See you guys then. Alright everyone, welcome back to Mars. It's planting day, and we've got a bunch of our tractors back there warming up. We're going to get those guys to where they need to be here in a bit. But currently we're going to get this tractor set up. Currently we got this set for canola. So we're going to take this tractor further down because this field right here is going to be wheat, because we need one extra field for wheat to be able to get that done. So anyways, that's what we're going to end up doing with that field. So right down here is going to be our canola field, and we're going to see how we can start planting. We'll start getting the rest of the guys working here in a bit, so get lined up. Go ahead and get everything nice and unfolded here. Anyways, lots of work has been accomplished. Definitely very thankful to the team that did it. We got a lot more work that needs to be done, as we still have some weeds and stuff popping up here, so we gotta keep on working on that, and I'm totally not squared up. Alright, so there we go. We've got our first guy working, and looks like we're pretty good. Nitrogen's still a little bit on the bad side, so we might have to work on that, but we got our guy working, so that's good. Now on to the next guy. Alrighty, so we got our big boy tractor here. We're going to go to one of the other bigger fields quickly here, and this guy's going to be planting soybeans. Once we get around this corner, I'll start unfolding it. Right about now, there we go. Go ahead and start getting unfolded. Takes a little while to unfold, so that's why we're doing that. Yeah, soybeans going to be going right here in this field. So make sure that we're nice and lined up here. A little bit of overlap won't be too bad. Alright, and there he is off. Boy, that's a lot of dust. Alright, double check the work of our other guy here. Looks like he's moving along there pretty good. Oh, got another shutter load of supplies coming. That's good. We'll check right on over here. Yep, expected yield, not too bad. Much better than the previous commander of the farming operations was doing, so that's more of just what we're looking for, and that looks pretty decent, so good. Alrighty, on to the next worker here, as we got to get this moving along here just a bit. Alrighty, and we got our wheat tractor here. Gonna go ahead and start unfolding this big thing. We're gonna be right on over here planting wheat, so we're gonna have wheat really close to other wheat field, just so that they're together. Just gonna make the harvesting issue a little bit easier. So get this thing lined up here. Looks pretty good. Gonna double check the equipment here. Did a bunch of cleaning from the last time, because there was a lot of issues with this equipment, having a lot of those weeds. That's why we have so many weeds, is because of the contamination factor. Alrighty, it looks like we should be good. Alright, let's get our buddy working here, and off he goes. Nitrogen, we can't seem to get that correct, so we might have to look at working on that just a little bit. pH value is all good, but the nitrogen's not looking great, so we're gonna have to probably do a bit more on the application of that. But yeah, not too bad though. I like the expected yields better than it was, but we definitely need to work on that just a bit more. Alrighty, we're back at the base, and we're gonna be planting corn with this particular one here. So as soon as I get out of the base here, we can start unfolding, just because it's so wide. But this big field right back here is going to be our corn field, so pretty easy to get to back and forth. Go ahead and start the unfolding process here. Yeah, nice big cornfield right here. That'll be good. So we got canola. Obviously, we can get canola oil, which we can, through multiple processes, be able to use as a combustible fuel. Also, wheat. Obviously, we need that to be able to, one, just have wheat, but also to be able to get straw for animals. Because obviously, that's one of our other ultimate goals, is to be able to have food to feed husbandry activities here on the surface. So we got to make sure we do that. And then here with corn, we can obviously, one, feed animals with it, but also be able to use it as a combustible fuel with some manipulation. So, obviously, plenty of opportunities here on the Mars surface, but we just gotta make sure that's actually going to work. So, that's the main thing. Alrighty, looks like I'm gonna check what our seeds are doing here. And depth and stuff looks pretty good. So I'm liking that. Alright, so we got all these guys working. And we'll be checking on them to see how everything is going on throughout. Alright, back at the base, getting the Toyota Hilux warmed up to be able to go and continue checking. So let's see what we got on our greenhouses. We got our tomatoes, those are continuing to go well. Got plenty of water in here. Lettuce, I believe, yep, that's doing pretty good. And then strawberries. Strawberries have been extremely slow. We might have to work at potentially, get this closed, potentially look at doing some different crop here. Just because I'm not liking how they're growing. They're not growing the best. So we might need to look at a different crop to be in here. Obviously, I definitely don't enjoy having a good strawberry myself. And obviously we can do that into jam and all that kinds of other yummy stuff, but the growth is not looking that best, so we might need a different person to come in and look at that, because I haven't been able to figure out what's going on there, but they're definitely not doing as good as I would like to see. So get that closed back up. Alright, obviously we got a lot of work going on today, so part of this will probably just be time-lapsed, but we'll go out and see what the guys are doing in the fields. Alrighty, if I have been told correctly, we are basically finished with this field right here. We're going to double check. And yep, there he is. Need to get him out of the field there, but I believe we've got ourselves a field taken care of. We're going to have to take a look here just a second. So put over here. Let's see here. Yep, that's planted and that's planted. Very good. Go ahead and get into here. Start folding that up. Get ourselves out of the way. And we'll get our guy to head this back over to the base for decontamination, just so that we're ready for next time. Alright, off they go. It looks like he should have. Oh, we're going to have a collision course, I think. Woo! Just barely missed it. They gassed it up to get out of there. That was close. Some of these people, I do wonder why exactly they are, shall we say, on Mars. Not sure about the intelligence level, unfortunately. Not that I want to insult them, but sometimes I do wonder. Alright, we got this other John Deere taken care of, so this is Nice, that looks pretty good actually. Nice, so soybeans taken care of, very good. Go ahead and get this thing turned back on and folded. There that goes, very good. We can start rolling this back into the base. And we'll have this ready for decontamination as well. Looks like another one of our guys just finished, so planting has gone very, very well. So now we just need to potentially look at some more fertilization and be ready to go. We'll just park this in the main area. All of this stuff's going to have to be gone through very quickly, but it should be well worth it in the end, hopefully. Alright, so he's still working here. Should only be a few more passes, I would think. And then we're going to have our cornfield ready to go. Let me see, what was this? We got some soybeans in here. That's okay, we should... A little cross plant won't hurt too badly, but it's going to be a little irritating. You can probably just plant over those and that'll be fine. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not liking my nitrogen levels, so we're going to have to take a look at that, but the rest of it's looking decent, so... Alrighty, we'll get over to the other guy real quick who's done, double check his work, and go from there. Alrighty, so he's just finishing up a little tiny edge of the field that he missed, so he's getting that all taken care of there. And yep, he is now done, so sweet. Talk to him and see what his work did. Right, there you go, all finished up. We'll check down here to see the end of corn planting. Might be done actually. We'll find out as soon as we run up here. Well, we have got everything planted, so it's going to be growing. Obviously, we're going to have 2 fields ready to go first. Yep, he's done down here. So we're going to have multiple fields kind of coming in at some different times, so just kind of help out so we can check those fields' yields and see if there's anything we can do while harvesting to help it out. We are done for the day. He's heading out. We'll get out of his way here and follow him back. But that is it for us here today, guys. A lot of work done here on the surface of Mars. Now we just gotta see how things are going to yield ultimately in the end. Alrighty guys, so we have got ourselves a bit of a problem. You can see the nitrogen levels in this field are very low. We also have issues because right now we're actually getting acid rain. So what's going on is we currently have several spots up above that have broken. And so we got multiple cracks, and it's starting to rain the acid rain down below. So not only are we going to try here, as we should be able to get these fixed by the end of the day. Luckily air isn't really that much of an issue currently, because it's just cracks, and so just leaking down from above, which is an issue as we're getting a lot of it up on the surface. But anyways, we're going to be applying basically we're just going to try and save the crop here from the acid, but we're also going to try and get nitrogen into it at the same time. So it's a weird combo of stuff that we're going to be trying to do here, but obviously staying in here and not getting myself stuck into this mess, as we definitely don't need to do that. But they should be able to get that thing fixed here pretty soon. So we're going to turn on the sprayer here. We should have, let's see, deactivate, double checking all my settings here. Going to be turning on our crop sensor. So that's going to be Alt B there, so that's on. Crop sensor requires daylight. Well, too bad, ding dong. We don't have daylight right now, so that stupid thing is going to be an issue, so we're going to have to turn that back off. Who cares? Alrighty, so we're just going to run the sprayer and hope for the best here. Okay, and you can see right there, nitrogen level much better. That's beautiful. Exactly what we needed. You can see how much better that's going to be. Good night. That's going to be awesome. So hopefully this will also protect it from that acid rain, as that's going to be a bit of an issue here. And obviously we can't put, I would put a drone out, but this acid rain would eat right through it pretty quick. So we're going to see how the crops survive. We're going to hope for the best. But for the most part, this is kind of out of my control at the moment. So luckily we do have field sense, so it actually senses when I'm in the field, so that's helpful. Let's try this again here. There we go. So we're going to try and get this done as quickly as possible. I just wanted to make sure that the application rate was going to be correct, because I didn't want to be doing it and not actually putting down enough. But you can see that looks much better than what it had been doing. So definitely like that. So turn around here, stay as close to the field as possible, back into the field. We're just going to try and get as much of this done as quickly as possible. We got all the new fields that we planted that we have to get done today, just to make sure that we have the best possible crop yield that we can. Obviously, this issue with the environment's going to cause us a little bit of an issue, but hopefully not too much. So luckily we got low impact, so this should be fine with the crops. Crop in this field is at a pretty new stage, so I'm not worried about that. What I'm obviously worried about is getting our acid rain protector down for the grass here. I'm trying to make sure that we get this all nice and covered. Yeah, you see that green? That is so much better than that orange, because we were just so low on the nitrogen levels. So this is going to help extremely with our crop yield. So everyone else is staying inside right now. Obviously not too many of the guys want to get out into this, which is understandable, but I've got a job to do and got to get it done. So we're going to keep on working here through the night and hopefully get all these fields done. We will bring it back if anything else happens. We're close to harvest in our other two fields. And that's going to really kind of let me know where we're at on quite a lot of stuff. But definitely like what I'm seeing on that one monitor down to my left there. It looks much better. So, alrighty. We'll just let you ride in the cab here while we get work done. Alright guys, we're in the corn and take a look at what we're getting on the monitor. That's some good green nitrogen. Definitely like what I'm seeing there. Had to refill, but we're back to work here. They're getting closer to getting all the all the panels resealed up above, so that should be done pretty soon, I certainly hope. But they're slowly getting that taken care of as we're slowly starting to get some daylight back here. I've kind of lost track of what sol we're on at this point with how close we are to harvest, so I'm not totally sure. It's been a while that I've been on here now. Quite a long time. Gonna be nice to see my family again, honestly. But it's one of those things, you sign up for this, you gotta keep on working. But definitely kind of lonely up here to some extent. We got plenty of people, but not all of them you can really get a good relationship going with. Anyways, we're going to keep on working here, and hopefully we'll have ourselves a much better corn harvest than I was expecting. Alright guys, so we have almost finished here. We're getting a really good application right on this field, although we got some spots that are simply not getting any, which is kind of irritating. But we're trying to get as much of this done as possible here. You can just kind of see the different spots that we're just not quite getting. Got some weird stuff going on with the sensors, which is kind of causing a bit of an issue. But we're getting as much of this done as we can. As you can see, they finally got this all nice and sealed up for us, so we don't have any more issues currently. There we go. Go ahead and turn off our sprayer and start folding. But yeah, finally got the stuff sealed and got that acid rain taken care of, so I should be able to step out here. Luckily I'm in my suit, so I don't think there should be too much of an issue, but definitely don't want to be in it while it's coming down, that's for sure. So let me just check here what our yield is now. So we got 122% yield. Nitrogen levels look really good through here. Obviously there's some different samples we could take throughout the field, but that's just what we need to look at right now. Over here we got our soybeans. Those are up to 122% as well with nitrogen. Definitely like what I'm seeing there. We'll go check our other two fields very quickly and see what expected yield is for those. But yeah, the nitrogen was really important. Luckily we got that acid rain protector down as well. And we'll see what these two fields are doing up here. We'll just go drive up here so I can get both of them at the same time. We should be very close to harvest though in those other two fields. That's what we're really looking at. And so I just need to make sure that we're ready to go for that. So that's what I'm going to be probably working on next, is making sure that our harvester and crop collectors are ready to go here. Let's see what this looks like. So our barley, that's looking at about... Oh boy, I think the guy planted the wrong crop again. Whatever. We got ourselves 122% yield there, and 123 in some spots. Yeah, there's some different in our canola, but yeah, that looks much, much better. Let me give you a look here what we're looking at on the above monitor. So here's our look at the above monitor. As you can see, there's some weird stuff going on with the sensors. I'm not totally sure what these spots necessarily are. All of this is very much what I would expect through here. So this is all what I would expect. Got some weird dead zones on the sensors there as well. But all of this looks much more like I would expect it to look like. This right here got some weirdness going on that I can't totally explain. So we're going to have to take a look at sensors, see what we can figure out about that. But we're going to get much better crop than what we were going to expect. And then taking a look at where we are harvesting wise, we are very close on our wheat. And I don't remember what our other crop currently is. Actually, this might be... What is this? Okay, I've got to double check. It's been a long day, and it's time for my shift to end and head back to the base to get some sleep. That's definitely what I need. Alrighty, what? I think that's our wheat field over there. So what have we planted here? We've got barley and barley. Okay. Somebody was a ding-dong when planting, that's all I'm going to say, because we're not supposed to have... This was a mistake already. This is just obnoxious. So, this is supposed to be wheat right here, so why this is barley, I don't know. But anyways, this is very close to harvesting, so good to know. And then wheat over there is getting close as well, so... mistakes, but it's one of those things we can't waste a whole lot of time constantly redoing it. Obviously, we had a very low yield chance going into our work here. Let me get these lights turned off. A very low yield chance. That's why when I first got here, we ripped up what was planted just so that we could get down to the soil and get some work done so that we could get a much better yield, which that seems to have worked. But, yeah, it's just... That's obnoxious that we have two fields that for some reason are body. I don't understand it. So anyways, we'll have to work on getting ready for harvest and see if we can get a really good yield here on the Mars surface. So anyways guys, we'll see you guys next time as we're going to be prepping for harvest. So thanks for watching. See you later. Alrighty guys, welcome back to Mars. We've got ourselves our first wheel field ready for harvest, and that is barley. So I'm driving over here to our equipment base here, where they should have the, we got a brand new corn head. That thing's ready to go. Sweet, nice to see. We'll go ahead and get that moved on into here for maintenance. Just a second. But I just need to pick up our harvester for harvesting time. Let's see here, so the Reaper, the #1 Reaper, ready to go. Alright, so harvest time here. Obviously we got barley. We should have wheat ready to go fairly quickly. We're going to see how fast we can get this harvested here. I'm thinking it should be decently quick. Make sure we're nice and lined up here. There we go. Got all of our nice flashy doodad lights. We'll go ahead and get this thing lined up and ready to go here. Alrighty. So we got a pretty good length that we can use, which is nice. Alright, we are turned on. Let's see how well we harvest here. Keep an eye on that edge. And we're looking at what our harvesting is, and the harvest rates are really, really good. Look at that. Looks nice. Go ahead and take a pause here. Let all that data sink in. It looks good. ready. Get ourselves harvesting here. As we ride on the drone cam, we can harvest a little bit quicker here. Obviously we got straw swath, so we're going to start looking on getting that redone so that we're ready to go. So we have to work on getting that all nice and collected. Make sure we get all that swath right there. There we go. Swing on around and go back the other way. We are harvesting very quickly here, as this is a new hybrid harvester, so put together by multiple people. Getting our swath kind of far out there, we'll have to work on that a little bit later. But a lot of speed and a lot of suspension to make sure that the harvesting is as smooth as it can possibly be at high speed, making sure that it's efficient and fast. You can see right there, it's definitely that. It's definitely fast. Alright, get up to speed here. You can see how fast it harvests. Let's go ahead and let off the throttle. So brand new technology here that we're using for Mars. Make sure we just leave all the straw right here on the edge. Has some really good brakes too. You just see how fast this thing moves. It can get up to speed real quick. A little bit too quick through there as we missed a few slots. So we don't want to go over 40 is the basic of it. So good note. So over 40 is not good, so that's where we want to keep it underneath. Is underneath 40, so good to know. We're going to go get that little bit right through here that we missed, just so we can have it. Go. There we go. Alright, collected that little slot area. And turn on around here and up to speed. So 25 miles an hour, I think that's a good, smooth operating speed for us here. Grab this little section right here. There we go. And this thing has some massive capacity, and we haven't even put a dent into it yet, as you can see. Make sure we stay under 40 for harvesting speed. Don't want to go over it. Got some weird little zones right through there, which is kind of odd. Not sure what's going on with that. And back up to speed. Yeah, staying underneath that 40 range is where we want to be, but this thing's fast. So this will knock out harvest time very, very quickly. And we'll just have to get something to pick up all the straw, because we'll need that. We can use that as for one thing. Obviously animals is what we need to do. We need to get a good sample size to check for any microbes or anything that we need to know about. So we'll have to do some sampling. Then the other thing we'll need to do is potentially use it in our energy factory, do some burning, use it as easy to use energy. It's definitely one thing that we can do. So flying back up here, try not to make sure I don't go into the other field quite yet. over 40 is not where we want to be, so good to know. Alrighty, and turn on. You can almost get 2 at a time. It's pretty good width on this thing, which is nice. That's a lot of straw. Nice. Alright, gonna go and grab this right here. Should be able to grab these little bits as we go. Yeah, gonna try and get all this taken care of. Luckily, this is a really neat trailer design just for picking up straw. And it's definitely a nice invention. Makes our lives a lot easier, all things considered. Just gotta make sure you line it up just right in between, and you can usually get both swaths very easily. And operating speed is great as well. There we go. Next row. Yeah, we're gonna get this done pretty quick. We have to unload, I think, as we're gonna be running out of capacity here. As this thing has some good capacity, not nearly as good as our harvester though. So that's interesting to note. But yeah, we're going to send some of this off to the moon base and to the Earth as well for testing. See if there's any strange microbes or anything in the straw, because obviously we got to test everything before use, just to make sure there's nothing strange showing up. Don't think anything weird should show up, but gotta check just in case. But obviously we want to be able to use straw here for animals, both for bidding, food, etc. We gotta make sure that there's nothing strange going on with it. I'm gonna fill up really quick on this pass, it looks like. Yep, there's capacity. We'll go ahead and fold, and we'll go dump this into our silo. And obviously we'll send off some for testing. Alrighty guys, it's the important one, the wheat harvest. So currently we're checking it out here. So far pretty good yield. Make sure that we don't go over the speed that we need to be going. Got to stop so I didn't get the straw swath in there. Also got a guy currently rolling the other field, getting that mulched up and stuff. So that'll be ready for our next planting here pretty soon, as we got to get a pretty quick turnaround. You can see him working out there, so trying to get things turned around as quickly as possible to make sure we are ready to keep on harvesting. Going to be very important for us here to keep all this stuff working as efficiently, as quickly as possible, especially when it comes to productivity. Because the quicker we can keep an eye on everything, the better. Getting some weird sensor readings, I can tell you that right now. You kind of see that, just very, very weird sensor readings. But I think that's fine. See how we do through here. Alright, that looks a little bit better. Not sure what we're having pop up on the sensors, kind of strange, but we're getting this done. Obviously we'll come through, and every straw thing that we do currently, because they have to test for the animal safety once we start getting some animals moved up here. Every straw swath, all the straws we have to send back to Earth and Mars and the moon base for testing. All that has to go there. So we're not going to have any straw for energy's sake, which would have been helpful, but we'll still get it done. Starting to get a lot of dusty debris here on the harvester. We're getting a lot of work done here, so definitely like what we're doing. Like the interior on this thing as well. Got some nice bright orange colors to really kind of lighten up your day. Yeah, we're moving along very quickly. There we go. Got the space shuttle heading on out, so that's always fun to see. Getting quite a few deliveries back and forth. So this is what's really, really important here, is this wheat harvest. And you can kind of see, other than the weird sensor readings that we're getting, it looks like a very good harvest, all things considered, so thank the Lord for that. Alright, turn ourselves around here. Keep on working. As I said, we're trying to do a quick turnaround here. We got one of our guys out there. He's already rode in the field. We're going to hopefully plant it as wheat next time, which is what it was supposed to be the first time. So once we have that done, that should help us out quite a bit. We got one section of wheat that I missed further back, so we're going to go and grab that, obviously. Getting some really good harvests. I'm just seeing a bunch of weird... You can just see it's a lot of strange patchy spots there on the monitor, so I'm not sure what's totally going on there. Just some strangeness going on. I'm just trying to get this done as quickly and efficiently as possible. Moving pretty good. Corn will also be rather important as well, as that is very important for us to be able to have for a fuel base, but also important to have as a food item as well. So we're going to have to obviously check that. But for right now, this wheat harvest is very important because we're going to get some pretty good average numbers from having 2 fields harvested. 2 different crops, but still 2 fields harvested. That's going to give us a really good range on what we got going on. This field's ever so slightly smaller than the other one. Can't really tell, but it is slightly smaller, so we're going to get a little bit less when it comes to product, I think. We're moving along here really, really well. That. I'm going to zip around. Just keep on working. So once again, we're picking up the straw swath here. Going to get that done here with quite a bit of ease, I would imagine. And we're going to see how many liters of straw we actually end up with, because I'm going to say that it's probably going to be kind of big. So we're going to have to find out here, but I think we're doing pretty good on straw production. So that'll be good to have once we do end up having some animals to take care of here. So very important to have good levels in the straw and good straw production. And I'm definitely liking the numbers I'm seeing. They're looking pretty good. So still working as efficiently as we can here. I'm just trying to get the majority of it. Some of it we're going to actually end up leaving, and we're going to mulch it down into the field, and that should help us out with the field soil compound. Should help us out a lot with that. So kind of a game of getting ready for the next harvest here as well, but also getting a good portion of this collected. So doing that, and I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing so far. Looking good. The guy's still rolling here. Take a look at what he's been able to accomplish. It's a small tool, but he's moving back and forth pretty good. You see that right there. Looking nice. Yeah, pH value, it's staying high. Nitrogen value is good. So the crop type was body, so obviously we're going to have to start growing that again, but it looks good. So definitely like what we're seeing in that field after harvest, so that's good to be able to see improvement. Still waiting on this field here, and obviously got corn going on, so hopefully we'll have a good harvest of those. Alright, so quick little look there, and it looks like we got ourselves a pretty good straw info, so I think we're definitely heading in the right direction when it comes to our straw numbers. So I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing there. Hopefully the brass likes it, but we won't get into that. Anyways, guys, we're gonna finish up getting the straw here. As I said, we got the guy rolling, so we're gonna have one more, hopefully, big harvest day, and be continuing to work. But once we get that done, we'll have to start looking at planting once again, as we're going to try and plant all at one time. That way we have one efficient harvesting day versus multiples if we can, because that will definitely be just a bit more helpful. So anyways, I'm going to work on getting this straw picked up here. That's going to be it for us here today. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys here next time. Alrighty guys, here it is, the big day of harvest. We still got the guy, he's still trying to roll this field. It has been kind of hard. He's had to take cover a few times when we had some more acid rain happen, but luckily that was just over there because we had a cracked panel up above, so luckily he's good, just trying to keep him safe while working. So anyways, let us get ourselves to work here. So we're currently harvesting some more barley. Got ourselves the soybeans. Those things are ready to go. Look at that harvest. Man, that looks good. I like the numbers I'm seeing so far. That looks really, really good. So anyways, we got soybeans. Those are ready to go. We got ourselves the corn. That's ready to go. So we're going to have to grab the corn header once we're done with soybeans. We got ourselves our semi-truck over here, so we can unload once we're done. And then we can go and grab our corn header once we're done with soybeans. So just trying to keep everything nice and efficient here as we're working. So this is really, really big. Obviously we're going to get everybody working on rolling these fields here once we're completely done with harvest. So that way they are ready to go when it's time for planting. I'm liking the yield numbers I'm seeing so far. They're not stupendous, but compared to my former counterpart, they look rather impressive. I like that a lot already. Forgot to stop there for the straw swath to catch up. Gotta make sure we do that. So far we're getting quite a bit of yield. You can look at the little meter down there. We already got to about 20,000 liters, I think. Sweet. Let's stop right here, let that unload, start rolling. Just keep on moving along here. This is a bigger field, so it's going to take us a little bit longer to get this one done, but look at that amount of barley. That's a good ratio. Not what we were wanting to plant. Apparently somebody grabbed the wrong seeds and they started planting, and that was not me. So I'm not sure who decided to do that, but they weren't smart, that's for sure. Still got that guy working over there. We're gonna get ourselves this harvest taken care of here very quickly, which I'm very excited about. We're obviously going to unload into the semi-truck here once we are done with all this. We'll be good to go for our next planting. Alrighty, so one field down. So 92,000 liters. That's where we're at. Definitely like what I'm seeing there. Go ahead and unload right there. Very good. We've got more work to do. Alright, heading on over to our soybeans here. Should be good to go with these. Alright, gonna go ahead and turn us on. See what we got here. Yep. We're good to go on the beans. Go ahead and fold my pipe there. So these don't have any straw, that's fine. So let's get a move on with these puppies. Taking a look at our yield. Yield's looking pretty good so far. Liking what I'm seeing there. Looks good. Back up we go. Making sure we're not missing any. Missed some back there. We got up to 46 miles an hour, so we're gonna watch out for that. We move quick, we just can't get over that 40 miles an hour. Because we really start losing some of our yield. You can kind of see the sensor can't really keep up with it, and that's fine. But definitely like what I'm seeing so far. Come back and grab those. So far, 10,000 liters already. As soon as somebody can do the math on that and tell me what that is in pounds and all the other good stuff. Metric system, not so good. Imperial, much better. Love Imperial system. A lot easier to understand. Metric system just, I don't know, it's just wacky. It's kind of wacky. So we're filling up pretty good here. 13,000. Swing it around, has a really good turnaround speed, like that. Go ahead and ease on over here, grab this. There we go. Got a little bit in that cornfield that's soybeans, so we're going to have to grab that just to make sure that we don't miss out on anything. Alright, go ahead and start harvesting here again. Got the guy moved over to the next field for rolling, so he's moving along there pretty good. Just keeping ourselves nice and easy. Go ahead and start turning on some working lights as we start getting into some darker time of soul here. Now currently, because of how many parts it takes to put a harvester together, we don't have another harvester currently. It's going to take a few more shuttle loads of parts to be able to get that, and we don't quite have enough to put that one back together. So currently we just have one, and this one's working very efficiently. So if we get two of them, we can really start knocking out some harvesting and planting as we get everything tightened up and more efficient. I think we can make ourselves a pretty good showing here, getting things grown. So husbandries definitely seem like a very good plausibility. We got plenty of crop, plenty of straw that we're being able to grow here. We're going to have soybeans as well. Got corn, so we're going to have to see how well the corn ends up harvesting. That's going to be important to find out. So far we're at about 53,000 liters on the beans, and you can see that nice green streak that we're running through. It's a pretty good soil we're able to come through right now. So obviously this will go off to testing, along with all the rest of our field. And that will let us know for the next harvest whether or not it's usable or not for animal or human consumption. Which will be very important to have information on. Alrighty, so soybeans taken care of. Got a little bit right here we're going to grab. That is 70,000 liters that we were able to get right there. Very impressive. Alright, so we're heading on over to Earth Export here. Go ahead and get my pipe out. So we're ready to go. I'll have the other guy, he'll be coming in here shortly. And we'll unload while we're over there as well. But 70,000 liters there on the soybeans, very impressive. We're going to have to go grab the corn header here in a bit. But we'll have to see how the corn harvest, that's going to be really, really important. Alright, there we go, get unloaded. Alright, so that looks really, really good there. Go ahead and pull up right over here and get this guy ready to go. Alright guys, we're heading on over to grab our corn header, and then we will be ready for corn harvest as we continue to work here through the night to get this stuff taken care of. Shouldn't take too much longer, I would expect. Obviously we're still waiting on one more of our fields to be ready to go, but this will be, I think, the very, very important one to let us know how well we've done. Get this lined up, there we go. Alrighty, let's head on over and do some corn harvesting. We can do about 24, 25 miles an hour, I think. Probably a little bit quicker, but I'm going to try and keep it under, since this is a little bit more of a delicate harvesting. Got some pretty good numbers so far. Looks good. Nice. Definitely what we need to see to send back to the brass. Let them know that we're doing pretty good here. Alrighty guys, so we've just completed our corn harvest. We've got ourselves 135,000 liters, which is insane. So we're heading back on over to Earth Export to get that taken care of. Have that tested. We should be good to go. Got a briefing in the morning from the brass about our previous loads already. Just got that shuttle coming in right there. That's neat to see. Go ahead and get our pipe out. and those numbers look pretty good. So I'm gonna head back to base, get some sleep. We're still waiting on this field over here. It's almost done, and I'll have to get some guys put to work in the morning. But I got a briefing in the morning. We'll see what info we got. But definitely like what we've seen. Have accomplished a bunch, and I need some sleep. Alrighty, guys. So just got my briefing this morning, and we've got the one final field that we need to harvest finally ready to go. So apparently the brass has not doesn't think I've done a good enough job, even though I've gotten a yield from 80% and below up to 120%. So basically last day on the job here. So that's alright. Kinda want to get back to the family anyways. Always interesting though, career-wise. So in the old Reaper, we'll get this thing turned around, and we'll get our final harvest taken care of. Once we're done with that though, I'm gonna pack up my stuff and get ready for the next shuttle. A lot of the crew's been really good, very helpful in many ways. Some of them definitely could use a bit of a refresher course on brain skills, but other than that, they've been good, and we've proved that we could do something that my predecessor couldn't, so appreciative of that, that's for sure. So let's get this final field harvested here. So getting our canola harvested. Take a look at what we got on the monitor. Really good yield so far. We got that little bit of a outlier that we have to work on, but it looks good, that's for sure. Definitely like how it's yielding. Looking nice. A little bit low right there, but that's fine. Wasn't expecting a huge crop from this anyways. But it was just more of just a test and see what we could do. And it looks like it's doing pretty good. So just keeping this thing under 40 miles an hour, and we can get the majority of this done very, very nicely. Guys are going to have a lot of work that they're going to have to end up taking care of once I'm gone, but work will continue. Just someone else is going to be in charge of it. That's alright. As I said, I've been kind of ready to get this over with, so let's get this harvesting done. That is it for harvest. We only got 75,000 liters, which is alright. Gonna take it over to Earth Export here. we'll drive this back to base. And I've got to get everything packed up so I can catch my shuttle. Alrighty guys, got all my stuff together. Now just gotta get on my Hilux here. Make sure I can catch the next shuttle. It's definitely been an honor working with all these guys. As I said, some of them could definitely be better, but also I expect perfection, so that's a bit of my own fault. It's been tough, that's for sure. Had to learn how to plant stuff, how to get nitrogen into the ground slightly differently, and also do a lot more safety protocol with the farming than I've ever had to do before in my life. I've had some very interesting experiences with the enclosure environment breaking and causing there to be safety issues and stuff. But other than that, it's been fun. Definitely a lonely world to be a part of. I definitely look forward to seeing my family again. And there's plenty others I know that share that sentiment. But it's been a good run. Disappointed that they decided that I wasn't quite good enough to keep on working, but what can you do? That's brass for you. They don't dare do anything themselves, because they might get dirty. But they expect you to do the best that you can, and if it's not their best, well then, you're done. So that's, it's been a good run. But I'm definitely ready for a new chapter. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed seeing how we are making Mars a habitable environment, and how hopefully one day we'll have husbandries and more people here to live. But it's not quite yet. Not quite yet. Anyways guys, we'll see you guys here next time. Hopefully you enjoyed. I just gotta wait for this shuttle to come in, and we'll be heading back to Earth.